Grab your hat and let's go. Hello everyone, welcome back to Positive Comedy. All right, I am glad to be here. So today we're gonna go ahead and do a Roblox Studio stream for about 1 hour. And we're going to try to get as far as possible on the core curricula that Roblox has on their Creator Hub. And if you missed my sorry, hang on. I need to fix something. Okay, I was hearing myself and that was not very pleasant. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and post the. Why can I can still hear myself? Oh no. I wonder why. Okay, wait, hang on. Let me try to figure this out. Oh, I gotcha. Okay. Sorry. I have all these different computers working together. Well, I've got a computer and then I have an iPod as well, and they're all doing different things, and I have audio routed in different places, so I just had to fix that, but it's fixed now, so we're good. Okay, so let me go ahead and finish my intro. That was hilarious. So I'm gonna go ahead and put the link of the tutorial that I'm going to be using for this hour, and the plan is to get as far as possible. Did I complete this tutorial in advance? No, so we're learning live. And that's also just part of the point. I love to learn live because then I could actually live stream my mistakes and my struggles, which I feel like, at least for me, it's really easy to hide those, and I feel like it prevents other people from learning from them. So hopefully you get something out of it. I'm gonna go ahead and post the link in the Twitch chat if you're watching on Twitch. If you're watching on YouTube, okay. If you're watching on YouTube, the link is in the YouTube description. Okay, and now I need to figure out why I can't pin anything to my chat. Let's see, give me 1 second. It just says, unable to pin. Something went wrong. Please try again. Okay, fun. That's a fun time. Actually, you know what? I don't want to spend too much time just learning how to pin my message in Twitch. So, I have a feeling it's because I'm using it as a pop-out, but I don't know. I'll have to look at that later. If you're on Twitch and you don't see the link, go ahead and hop on our Discord because I put the link in there as well. So, if you want to follow along. Okay, perfect. So, I'm going to go ahead and show you all what tutorial I'm talking about. So we're going to start with this core curricula. Also, I forgot to mention, it is April Fool's Day. And as much as I want to say that I was joking about opening up the Discord text channels, I was joking. April Fool's, kidding. I'm totally kidding. That would be so mean. Okay. April Fool's is one of my favorite days, by the way. Because I can never, well, I always come up with jokes, but some of them are not very nice, and then I end up not doing them, of course. But I also come up with funny ones sometimes, so it's just a wacky day, and I like silly days like that. Anyways, so I will be releasing Discord text channels later today. So if you're trying to follow along with us during the stream, whether it's asynchronous or synchronous, and you get stuck and have questions, the text channels in the Discord are going to be a great place for you to go. All right. I'm actually really excited for that. The plan to release these text channels have been in the works for a while now, because it takes a lot to organize a Discord server sometimes. So I'm really excited to release that. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and stop talking and get started so that we don't run out of time with this tutorial. Okay, so again, I did not complete this tutorial in advance, so I'm learning live so that I can showcase everywhere I get stuck and all my mistakes along with you. All right, okay, so essentially what I've gathered from the front page is just that we're going to be learning some basic concepts in Roblox Studio. It's been a few months since I've looked at Roblox Studio, so this will honestly be a really good refresher for me too. I just hit my microphone with my other microphone, and that was hilarious. Okay, so this is the front page. This front page is pretty much just the intro, so I'm gonna go ahead and click next. Okay, so create a project. Pretty much all I'm doing is I'm gonna open up a base plate world, put a spawn location down, And I think, just looking at the instructions, I guess technically I could do a modern city or the Mansion of Wonders since it already has buildings, but since I've already worked in Roblox Studio for a little while now, I'm gonna go ahead and just do the base plate template because I want freedom with my creativity. Okay, so yeah, I'm just gonna pretty much do that and then delete everything else. Okay, so let me go ahead and open up Roblox Studio. And yes, this time I actually had Roblox Studio open at the ready. There's been live streams in the past where I completely forgot and I had to sit there awkwardly for 5 minutes. It was really sad. Okay, so yeah, I'll do baseplate world. Why not? I haven't done a baseplate world in so long. Okay. Perfect. And I'm really glad that so far I don't see any interface updates. One time I was streaming and I didn't look at Roblox Studio beforehand, and there was a big graphical user interface update that I wasn't paying attention to, and so I started the stream with this whole challenge and realized that I didn't know how to work the interface because it was all different. It was really funny. I had to learn the interface live. It was super hilarious. I also just realized... Hello. Okay. For a second I thought I was muted this entire time and that almost freaked me out. That has happened before. That's why I had to double check. Oh my gosh. Okay, well, I want to delete this base plate. So I'm just gonna click on it and explore and press backspace to delete it. You can also right click on it and click delete as well. Okay, well that was easy. Alright. Hello. Okay, so we got this far. We're gonna go ahead and click next. Okay, cool. We're gonna go ahead and create an island. So essentially what we're gonna do is, I've definitely dabbled with terrain editor a lot. In fact, I think the last time I did Roblox Studio, it was mostly terrain stuff. So let's see if I can remember it, because again, it's been a while. And I'll try to make a little island. Okay, so I'm essentially, when I'm going through this tutorial too, as you can see, I'm scrolling pretty fast. I'm doing that because what I like to see are the pictures and the core concepts, because if I sit here and read every single word, we're going to be sitting here for a long time with me just reading. So essentially what I'm doing is I'm looking at the headers and that gives me an idea of what the section is about, and so then I know like what the important part is. And same with the steps too. I know for me, I'm a visual learner as well, so I learn a lot more by looking at like the code examples and the pictures. So if you're going through this tutorial too and you're like, you know what, this is a lot of reading, definitely split it up into chunks. Sometimes looking at the pictures first can help, and then you can guess, or maybe not guess, but like predict what it's going to be about, and then when you start reading the text, you'll be able to read it a lot faster because you already know what you're reading about. That's just a little technique that I do that helps. Okay, so let me go ahead and go to the, actually let me make sure I follow these instructions right. So yeah, we go to the terrain editor. We're pretty much drawing just a little island, and it looks like, let me see if I can, yeah, we're just making a little island with water, it looks like. Yeah, okay. Cool, let's see if we can imitate that a little bit. I'm gonna shape the island a little bit differently. I'm gonna see if I can make it the shape of a cat head. Wish me luck. Alright, back to Roblox Studio. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and go to the terrain editor, which is going to be at the top of my screen. Let me see if I could remember. Oh my gosh, did I forget what the terrain editor is? Oh, no, it's already open. Okay, so if you go to the home tab at the top, there's a button with they're white hills with a pencil in the corner, and it says terrain in really small text. So if I click on that, it opens up the terrain editor on the left-hand side of my screen. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and go to edit. Okay, so I assume I'm gonna want to spawn on the island. So, hang on, I'm going to, I'll leave the spawn location there for now. But I'm gonna build the island around the spawn location. I'll probably end up burying it by mistake, but that's okay. Okay, I'm gonna use the select tool to place down my first block. So this is going to be the region where my island is going to be at. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and... Oh, wait. Actually, hang on. I'm trying to remember this select tool because... Oh, actually, I think the select tool is better if I already have terrain down. So let me just go ahead and... I'll just go ahead and draw. So let's click on the draw tool. I have a sphere brush mode. And then I chose grass, apparently. Yep, I'm actually okay with that. I'm going to do a grass island. Okay, cool. So this is not too bad. Now notice I adjusted my perspective. Also, I'm using an external mouse. So here, I can show you all actually. So I don't think I've ever showed my mouse on stream. It's nothing fancy. So I've got this mouse right here. It has 3 buttons. Well, technically 5. No, it's got a lot more than that. Anyway, there's 3 main buttons that I use. This one's really cool because it adjusts my sensitivity. So when I'm playing PvP, I can adjust how fast I can attack things. It's kind of fun, especially in Minecraft. But you're definitely going to need a mouse that has, well, I guess you don't necessarily need it. There is a way to not need it, but it's a little bit tough. If you have any questions about that, though, feel free to ask. So I pretty much just use the right key on my mouse and hold that down in order to adjust my perspective, because when you're drawing with this tool, it could be a little bit unpredictable, and so you want to make sure if you want a flat island, you want to make sure that you're actually like looking down onto an axis in Roblox Studio. So like if I just look off in the distance, this is okay, but it might not necessarily be as flat. And every now and then, like, I could start building in a direction that I don't want to. Like, see how the right side is a little bit higher than the left side? Just because I changed my perspective a little bit. So where the camera is and the height the camera is at is going to affect where the terrain is at. And because I moved around, it's probably going to affect this island as well. So I'm going to actually start that again. Okay, cool. We're going to make this in the shape of a cat face. And I'm okay with the ears being a little bit taller. Okay, and now we're going to add whiskers. I'm going to adjust the size though. Boom. Oh my gosh, those whiskers. Okay, that's a little too small. I'll do size 2. Okay, there's a whisker. There's a whisker. There's a whisker. Here's a whisker. Oh. Yeah. That was a little too close. Also, to undo, I'm just hitting Control Z on my keyboard. Okay, this is awesome. Now I'm gonna add some water for the eyes, the nose, and the ears. Now I remember water can be a little bit tough. It's very flexible though, but you can accidentally put holes in your terrain with water, which is good, but you can accidentally make them a lot deeper than you intend. So it definitely takes some practice. I think if I add water, yeah, like if I just add water like that, it doesn't really feel like it's embedded in my terrain, more like on top. So I'm gonna go to the paint tool instead of add and try to paint water on this ear. Ooh, that wasn't exactly what I wanted. Let me, I'm gonna adjust the size Okay, let's get a little bit closer to this ear. I'm gonna look straight down on it and let's see what kind of behavior we get. I don't like that because yeah, it's just going inside my ear, not on top of it. Interesting. Okay. I'm gonna actually, let's go back to the add tool then. I might need to, actually I guess the draw tool, not the add tool. I keep thinking it's add because of the mode. Wait, what happens if I go to subtract mode? I don't think I've ever done that. Oh, that's kind of fun. Okay, wait. I wonder if I can do that with water. I don't think I... Okay, I'm just gonna make like a blank hole for it. Okay, cool. And now if I go to add mode... Hey, I'm actually okay with this. Okay. That's not too bad, actually. Yeah, that's really not bad at all. Okay, what happens if I don't do subtract mode at all and then just add it right here? I think it might have subtracted. Oh no, I don't think it did. No, it just goes on top. Whereas this one, pretty sure. Yeah, we actually have some depth. Yeah, we actually have some depth here. Okay, that's good. That's really, really good. Okay, cool. So let me go ahead and do Control Z on this one. I'm gonna go to subtract mode. Add a little bit of a hole here. Whoa, actually, that was a little messy. We're gonna try that again. I want to lower these hills a little bit because they're just a little bit too high for me. So I'm gonna go into the flatten tool, and I don't think they're going down that far. Yeah, strength is all the way too. Interesting. Okay, let me try, maybe I'll try the smooth tool. Maybe that'll help. Oh, there we go. There we go. That's a lot better. I'm gonna do the same thing over here. There we go. Okay, that looks awesome. So yeah, I'm pretty much just doing a mixture of the smooth tool and then the draw tool for the water. But yeah, I'm literally just doing the smooth tool for this. This is cool too, because this will help me shape the water a little bit better to the ear as well. Okay, let's go ahead and try this again. So I'll do draw, subtract. Okay, let's try to add a little bit of a hole here. Okay, cool. Just to add some depth to the water, and then I'll just draw water. Oh, and add mode though. Okay. Okay. It's an interesting, I mean, it's just, it kind of looks like a rectangle. We're gonna fix that. I'm gonna go back to smooth mode, just kind of cover that up a little bit. Okay. You know, it could be worse. It's not my best. Not my best art. Okay, that's a little bit better. You know what? We're gonna add this over here too. Oh, there we go. That's a lot better. Okay. We'll go back to smooth. Oh, there we go. Okay, you know what? I like that. It's a little bit... Ooh, okay, okay. I see what this is doing here. Just gonna close off some of the water. So the pools are a lot smaller now. Don't know how I feel about that. Okay, I'm gonna leave it for now. Actually, I don't want to. I really don't want to. I want this to be, you know, a little bit better. Let me bring this other ear back. I'm doing Control Z a bunch. Okay, we're gonna leave that. And I'm gonna add little water eyes. So I'm going back to the draw tool. And also, I'm actually going to move my camera a little bit so that you can see how I'm selecting the this water option down here on the bottom left. Okay, so I'm gonna add little eyes because I can. Boop and boop. How cute. And you know what? I'm gonna make the nose a different... Oh, can I make it ice? Oh my gosh, it's so cute. I love it. Wait, what happens if I just... That's a little scary looking. I think I like the nose. Chad, if you have an opinion on whether you like the nose or a little freaky face like this, let me know. I could probably lower the... I could probably lower the size. I mean, it was at 2, but this is it at 1. Which is a little better. It's still a little freaky though. It kind of reminds me of a clown for some reason. I don't know why. But yeah, I kind of like the powder nose. You know, this reminds me of Hello Kitty. I just realized that. Yeah. Okay. That's hilarious. Okay, cool. I'm gonna fix the ears just a little bit more. So literally, I'm gonna lower the strength a little bit and I'll lower the size just so I can have better control over what's being flattened over here. These ears are a little, you know, the water in the ears are a little big, so I just kind of want to fix that. Okay, I like that a little bit better. That's cute. Okay, let's do the same thing over here. Just gonna close this off a little bit. Kind of look like big raindrops. Okay. The only thing about this flatten tool is that I don't like that it makes them like triangular. Well, no, having it triangular is okay. I think that could work for a cat shape. But it's not like a perfect triangle, you know, it's kind of rocky. But, you know, water is a very flexible element though, and it kind of adapts to what's around it. So it kind of makes sense. Okay, I think I like this. I think this is the first time I've ever made a cat-shaped island before, now that I think about it. It's pretty cute though, I will say. Okay, cool. These aren't like my favorite though, but okay, that looks a lot better. Okay, perfect. Now I'm gonna go ahead and click on the spawn location object in Explorer, which is what's highlighted in blue up above my head. And I'm gonna click on this move tool and I'm gonna move the spawn location up. We're gonna spawn, I wanna spawn right on the powder nose. So I'm pretty much just gonna put it like right underneath the nose. So it's still, I'm hoping that since it's, since the little powder nose is above it, I'm kind of hoping that players spawn right on top of it. But I don't want the spawn location to be visible because that's not very pretty, right? So I'm gonna go ahead and go in my properties panel and let me move my camera again so that you can actually, or wait, actually, I wonder if I'll move the property panel. Hey, look at that. I can do that faster than moving the camera. So I'm pretty much just gonna change the transparency option, which is this guy. I'm gonna make it 1 and make sure that my spawn location is anchored, which I think it was by default. So that's helpful. Oh yeah, there's a decal on it. So if I click on the arrow and explore and then click on decal and then press backspace, it's gone! But the spawn location isn't gone, it's still there. It's just invisible. Okay, so hopefully I spawn on top of the nose. Let's go ahead and test that and make sure that that works. I'm gonna go ahead and click play. And it looks like my auto recovery file was created, so that's helpful. Oh, I just realized that my output window is gone. Like, it's open, but it's a pop out, so I'm gonna get rid of that. I'll pop it back up later. Okay. Well, I spawned next to the nose. You know, that's not bad. I might want to size the spawn location down just so that it's a little bit more accurate. But let's check out the water. So, look, okay, the water is not that deep, which is awesome. I feel like that was, honestly, it was a little bit easier to work with the water this time than in the past. I've struggled in the past working with water. This isn't too bad. Except I'm trying to swim in water that's not shallow. I might want to adjust this one a little bit. Well, I don't know. It's kind of fun. Okay, what happens if I zoom in? What does this look like? Oh, okay. All right. That's not too bad. Not too shabby. But yeah, if you're playing with the water too and you're having a little bit of trouble, always just do a mixture of adding the terrain and the water around it, because the water will adapt to the shape that's around it. So I always recommend the draw tool and the flatten tool, and doing a mixture of both adding terrain and water around it to get the shape that you want. And that it takes practice. So definitely don't be frustrated if it's not quite the shape you want. Now, I will say these eyes were exactly the shape that I wanted, so that worked out. And same with the nose. The ears are debatable. But I'm going to go ahead and move on, though, especially this year. I actually really like this year. This year's really well done. This one is all right. I don't like that the water is kind of just defying gravity right here. It's a little funky. But it is also kind of fun to be like mostly submerged. So yeah, I have mixed feelings about that one. I might want to flatten that down a little bit more. Yeah, because look, I'm like trying to swim in water that isn't here. Oh, now I'm gonna fall off the cliff. Whee! Let me drink some water too. I almost glitched out my whole character. Okay, cool. So before I move on in the tutorial, let me go ahead and I just want to flatten this water a little bit. Oh, actually, I guess I meant the smooth tool when you could do a mixture of the flatten and the smooth tool. Yeah, look, I just revealed more water. That's fun. Okay, yeah, we're gonna try the smooth tool here. Ah, that's better. Yeah, that's a lot better, actually. Okay, and then can I reveal just a little bit more water here? Ooh, that was a little too much. I'll bring this down to maybe 3. Ah! Okay. I'm gonna bring this size down to maybe 1 or... I'll try 2. Why not? Oh, geez. I guess we're gonna do 1. I'm trying to be very detail-oriented here, and it's not working out. Oh, no. I didn't want to do that. Yeah, no. Okay, I guess we're doing 2. That seems to be the secret number here. Oh my gosh. That's so much water. Okay, I can live with that one. And then I'll try the smooth tool here. I literally just did the same thing I did before. Okay. I'll change this to 1. There we go. That's better. Okay, cool. And then I wanted to adjust the spawn... Oh. I wanted to adjust the spawn location size too. Okay. I'll go ahead and scale this down. I just want to scale it down to the nose, and then that should be fine. Perfect. Okay, let me go ahead and save. So I just realized I haven't saved this game at all. I'm gonna do file, save to Roblox, and I'm gonna name this Kitty Island. Actually, the amazing Kitty Island. Okay, perfect. That's fine. Okay, I'll just click save. Perfect. I pretty much just gave, I know you didn't see that window, but I pretty much just, in the name option on the first screen, I just put in the amazing Kitty Island. Okay, that was weird. That was new. I haven't seen that happen before. Well, at least my Kitty Island's still here. Okay. Perfect. All right, so I'm actually very happy with that. Okay, let's go ahead and move on in the tutorial. So, here's what I'm gonna do. So we're gonna go ahead and look through this. Okay. Okay, perfect. Okay. So, sorry, I'm getting my windows up on my computers. Okay. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and move down. Okay, so we already played with materials when I added like the powder nose and the water and everything, and we changed the base size and we did all of that, and we play tested, and I even added an extra step. I totally made my spawn location invisible so that it's not obvious to the players that that's the spawn location. So yeah, the nose already kind of acts like a spawn location, like it already kind of looks like a spawn location, so I just added a little bit of flair to that. If you're working on this yourself too, definitely don't be afraid to add little flares to make your projects unique. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and click next. Okay, I've got 26 minutes left. Let's make these let's make these last 26 minutes count, shall we? Okay, a gray box, a playable area. Okay, this will be fun, I think. So I'm just gonna go ahead and preview fast through this just so I can see exactly. Okay, so it looks like we're just gonna be building a map. Okay, cool. So, okay. We're gonna be using basic parts. At some point, I really want to bring out Blender. I brought out Blender maybe like one time during a stream, but we didn't get very far, and I'm still pretty new to Blender. I used to play with Blender a lot, like 6-7 years ago, and a lot has changed since then. So I have to relearn a lot of things. But we'll definitely get there, especially since I am doing a challenge to do as many Roblox Studio tutorials as possible every Monday. We're gonna see how far we can get. I want to see how far we can get in a month, and then, yeah, see what the progress is like. Okay, so, all right, I guess when you make a map for the first time, it is important to plan the area that you're going to be using for a game. So I know in this picture, we have different levels. So for this example, there's a whole feature called teams and everything where when you get to a certain location in a map, then it can switch like what team you're on or what level you're on. And this game that we're making, it's pretty much going to be, at least what I'm guessing just looking at this, because again, I didn't do this tutorial in advance, so I skimmed through like the first few pages, but that's pretty much it. And yeah, so it looks like this kind of reminds me of a parkour map where we're trying to get to the top level. This is really good too, because then if you fall off, like if you fall off at level 5, but you didn't make it to level 6, then you can respawn at level 5. So this is a great way to put checkpoints. But when you're planning a game, it's always good to know like what checkpoints you're going to need in your game. So I know that's something that I need to work on, is planning my games a little bit better, because I tend to just work on it and then end up adding a bunch of random features to it because there's no direction. So it's always good to have a plan and make the game. If you're the only game developer for your game, then don't make the game too big, otherwise it'll never be finished. So you have to have stepping stones. No pun intended with this picture. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and add the platforms. So something that I really like about this project though is that it uses basic parts. Because the thing about Roblox is that even though the parts are super basic, you could still make some pretty incredible maps with it, even if you don't have any like Blender knowledge or anything, because the basic shapes pretty much make Roblox. So, so yeah, we're gonna go ahead. I'm gonna try to imitate this actually, because I need more practice with the geometry of basic shapes. So, let me just look over this section real fast. So we're adding the platforms. Okay, it's time. So it says it's time to add in placeholder part objects to represent the C-stack platforms. Okay, perfect. So we're gonna go ahead and do this. Notice in this tutorial though, it also says to have an organization structure. So when you're looking at the pictures, it looks like we're adding a folder and we're having our whole world in that folder. and then adding the parts to that folder, which makes sense because otherwise in Roblox Studio, our parts are going to be everywhere in Explorer. And when your game gets really big, you don't want your parts to be everywhere. You want them in folders. Otherwise, it's super hard to find them when the game gets big enough. So we're going to go ahead and do that before I add any parts. So we're going to go ahead and name this. I'm going to name this, I guess I'll name this Cat World in case I decide to have multiple mini worlds in this map. Actually, that probably wouldn't be best practice, but I don't know. I could probably have like a little tiny world in addition, but that's in the future. I'll just name it Cat World for now. Okay, cool. And now I'm going to go ahead and add a model. So I'm just clicking the plus button, and then in the search bar, I'm going to type in model and then add model. It's going to be the object that has cubes that are 3 different colors. Okay, perfect. All right. So let's look at the tutorial again just to make sure that we know what we're doing. Okay. Okay, cool. So we pretty much have an organization structure. I don't have anything in the model yet. So the idea is to add parts in the model so that when you select the model, you move all of the parts rather than just one of those parts and having to group them and everything. So pretty much starting out with a model should already group it by default, which is good. Okay, so in the tutorial, so yeah, we already have our layout. Now we have to go ahead and actually insert our parts. So this one used cylinders. You don't necessarily have to use cylinders. I mean, like if you want to make triangle parkour, definitely feel free. I think I'm going to end up doing different shapes just for fun. So yeah, I'll start off with cylinders though, because I like how the beginning is. And I want to adapt that into my own project. So, okay, this is pretty much just going over the basic move, scale, and rotate tools with basic parts. So, okay, and then just make sure to anchor your objects so that they don't fall into the abyss. Okay, perfect. And also, this one added water around it so that like when you fall, you land in the water. I think I might want to do something similar. Right now I just have it falling into the void. I'm considering lava. I'm gonna think about that. Okay, chat, if you have an opinion, if you want me to surround it with water or lava, let me know. Yeah. Okay. So we're gonna do this. We're gonna see how many platforms I can get. I think, oh, how many did I need? I needed 7 levels. Okay. Perfect. Okay, let's do 7 levels and then we'll mess with the align tool later. Yeah. Which I actually haven't used the align tool a ton. That actually might be helpful because sometimes when you're putting objects down, it could be really hard to align it on a certain axis. But let's go ahead and just put the objects down first so that we have objects to align. Okay. Now that we talked that through, let's go ahead and add a cylinder. Oh my gosh, it's such a tiny cylinder. I'm gonna go ahead and name this level 1. I'm just gonna right click on it and explore, click rename, and then type level 1. And then I'm gonna attach it to the model. Okay, and I'll click on my move tool up at the top left so that these arrows pop up. These arrows represent 3 different axes. So the red is X, green is Y, and blue is Z. And I know that because this little, oh my gosh, what is this called? Oh no, I forgot what this is called. Oh shoot. This shows all the 3 different axes that you're working with in a 3D environment. If anyone remembers the name of that tool, let me know. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and scale this out. Okay, and I need to check something real fast. Okay. Just give me 1 second. Okay, this is random, but I finally figured out how to pin a link in the Twitch chat, and I can confirm that it was because I had it as a pop-out rather than in my browser. That's actually really funny. Okay, let me move some windows on my computer back. Sorry, y'all. I know this is awkward for you. Okay, perfect. Everything's fixed on my end now. Gotta love tech issues. I know it's a little late for that, but oh well. Okay, back to Roblox Studio. This is such a wacky April Fool's morning. Okay. You know what though? Building a cat island on April Fool's made my day. Okay, I'm gonna be mean and I'm going to put level 1 not on the island, but you have to parkour to it in order to get there. That's what's gonna start the game. Alright. And you know what? I'm gonna make it a little... Oh, I want to make it like a little bowl. So I'm gonna go ahead and duplicate it. I could do Control D to duplicate it, or I can right click on it and click duplicate. So I'm gonna make this a slightly darker gray color. Aha, like that. And then I'm gonna go ahead and just scale it down a little bit. Scale it up. So I want it to intersect with this object because what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to model and then I'm going to click on negate so that it makes this a negative part, and then I'm going to hold down my shift key on my keyboard and click on the original level 1 block and then click union. Oh wait, notice in Explorer I have model a negative part highlighted instead of level 1 a negative part highlighted. That actually makes sense because every time I click on this object, it's going to think it's just part of the model. So I'm going to click on negative part in my Explorer window and then hold down the shift key and click -1 also in my Explorer window. And now I can click union. Perfect. Now I have a little bowl for players to hop in. And actually, I feel like I should probably start it off the whiskers because that would actually make more sense. Because then players can like run and jump to this little bowl, which can be like a little treat bowl, which makes more sense to be on the side of the cat's face rather than the forehead. Ooh. Oh, I can make 2 of them. Wait a minute. Oh, that's weird. Yeah, wait. I can totally make 2 of them right here. And they can lead off to different places. Okay, we're gonna start. I'm gonna start with 1 because I have to keep my goals small, but I'll have that fun one over there to remind me if I want to ever make a second map. But we're gonna just start with this one on the right hand side. Okay, let's make sure it's actually possible. That does not look possible. We're gonna have players jump down into it, I think. It's level 1, so you know, I have to calm my April Fool's vibes a little bit here. I don't want to make an impossible map. Actually, that would be the thing to do. Make an impossible parkour map on April Fool's. That sounds like a great idea. Okay, now notice when I unioned this, it changed the name to Union, which makes sense because how's it going to know what I want it to be named when I union 2 different parts with different names? Now, I wonder what would happen. I wonder what would happen if I unioned it with parts of the same name. I think it would still replace it with Union. If I'm wrong, though, let me know, because I've actually never tested it. That's just a guess. I don't think I've ever had it retain a name. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and name this level 1 again. Okay, perfect. We have that. Cool. All right, I need 7 levels, and I've got 12 minutes to do this. Okay, I'll do a different shape. You know what? I'll do a wedge. And I'm going to go ahead and rotate the wedge. So I'm just clicking on the rotate tool, and then remember all these colors represent a different axis. So I know, yeah. We already talked about that, I think. If anyone has any questions about axes, feel free to let me know. Also, if you're working on this later in the day, just a reminder, I will be releasing the Discord text channels because that was not an April Fool's prank. It actually is coming, but it won't be open till later today. I'll have a text channel in there for anyone who is stuck on Roblox tutorials and wants some help from the community. So that's always an option too if you're watching the stream and you're like, oh no, I wasn't in the chat. Well, we have Discord, so. Or I guess we do have Discord right now, but we don't have text channels right now, but we will by the end of the day, so. All right, I want this to be a wacky, I don't want this to be flat, actually. I want to rotate this a little bit so it has some angle to it. Okay, cool. Also, let's change the material of this, because I just did gray, which is kind of boring. So I just clicked on Material Manager up at the top of my screen, and let me try to make this window bigger. Okay, so we'll do wood. Why not? Oh, it's gray wood. let's make it brown wood. There we go. Okay, perfect. I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of this. See, I just clicked on the color picker earlier and just picked a color there. Okay, let's change this color as well, actually. It's out of material. Let's see. Ooh, I want it to be neon. Yeah. I like this a lot. Perfect. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much for the bits in the chat. Woo! This is oh my gosh, it's like a little celebration. I love this a lot. We are starting to get a leaderboard. Slowly but surely. I really appreciate that. Okay, this is kind of fun. Alright, I like the neon angle. Okay. Let's add a sphere. I want to make this a really small sphere. It's April Fool's, y'all, so I have to make this difficult. Oh, I also forgot to anchor all of these, so let me just do that real fast. Make sure all this is anchored, otherwise it's just gonna fall into the void. Perfect. Okay. Let's see, I've got what? 10 minutes to do 7 more levels, or no, to do 4 more levels? I can do that. Honestly, that won't be bad at all. Okay, let's do, I haven't done a corner wedge yet. Just doing all the shapes today. This is fantastic. All right, we're gonna make this, we have a lot of small objects, so I'll make this one a little bit bigger. But I'm gonna angle it, I'll change the color to something more interesting, maybe like purple. Okay. And then, but yeah, I have to keep the speed up though, because we have bit cheering now, which means I have to go faster. Okay, we've got that done, and 3 more levels to go. We can do this. Okay, I think I've done all the, no, I didn't do all those shapes. Wait, did I? No, I did not. Which shape am I missing? Because there's 4 objects. I did cylinder, corner wedge, wedge. I didn't do a block. The most basic and classic object in Roblox I did not do yet. I'll make it green. Alright. This is just gonna be a very awkward rectangle. I'm gonna angle it though. Oh, that's gonna be so hard. Perfect. Okay, and then anchor that down. Okay. I hope that's actually possible. I might have to add like maybe something sticky so that the players don't fall off. That would be fun to add. Okay. 3, 4, 5, 2 more. I'm actually doing great on time. Okay, cool. Chad, if you want to see a specific part as the last shape as level 7, go ahead and let me know. For level 6 though, I'm gonna go back to cylinders. And we're gonna go ahead and scale this out. Okay. And then I'll change this to yellow. Makes it a little bit bigger. Okay, and now I think what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna do a mixture of cylinders. So, because instead of just a basic shape, I want to go ahead and just make it a little bit more complex. Okay, so now I have something narrow there, and I'm actually gonna add a block and put it on top of this. Okay, so the idea is that players have to fit. They have to fit in this narrow hallway. The thing is though is that I need to account for everyone's player is going to be a slightly different size, so I have to make sure it's not too small. That players of a certain model can't fit through. It'd be funny if all our 15s can't fit through. That would be really funny. I think it was our 15. I might be having that number wrong. I'm a little tired this morning, if you can't tell. Okay, so I think that'll work. This reminds me of Chuck E. Cheese for some reason. I think it's the yellow. Oh, and you know what? These do look like blocks of cheese. Yeah, I like that. I like that actually. We might have to add a cheese texture later. We'll see. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, one more level. Now this is going, yeah, I guess I'll angle it maybe this way, and then I'll go ahead and do a part as the last shape. Okay, we'll do maybe dark red. Or no, we'll do green too, because we have to celebrate. This will be a big success when people make it here. At least I hope. That's the plan. Yeah, big neon green. And then I'm gonna actually duplicate this because I want to make it like a podium. I might have to make this bigger too because this ended up being a pretty small podium. But that's okay. Okay, let's change the material of this. Ooh, do I want metal? Sure. Actually, well, I'll do mud. That looks like a much more interesting texture. Okay, do I have for this one, do I have anything that looks cheese-like? That looks cheese-like. I'll take it. Apparently foil reminds me of cheese. We're just not gonna question it. Ooh, I could do a force field on top. Nah, I don't like it. We'll do foil. Wow, I like the foil texture a lot, actually. Okay, we're gonna make this granite. We're gonna make this corroded metal. And we're gonna make this cracked lava. It's more like frozen cracked lava, but it's okay. Okay, cool. Let's go ahead. Now, I didn't do like any grouping or anything on these. So as you can see and explore, this is a mess. So we're gonna clean that up real fast. But I think I have my 7 levels. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, cool. Perfect. So I have level 1 here. Okay. Let's name this level 2. So I'm just right clicking on it, clicking rename. You can also use F2 though. I literally just named it rename. Oh my goodness. This is what happens when you talk and type at the same time. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and move this into model as well. So we got level 2 there. Okay, we've got level 3. Perfect. Boom. Okay, we got level 4. Oh my goodness. Actually, I have never tried F2. Let's try that. It might be faster. I guess not. Okay, I guess not. I'm just gonna right click. Okay, level 4. And level 5. And we we've got, okay, this one's gonna be a little more complicated. Okay, this one I'm just gonna call floor cheese. And this one is gonna be left cheese. Actually, I'll do L cheese for short. Stands for left. And then we'll do R cheese. Stands for right. And I don't know what this is. Ceiling cheese. Sure. Okay, I think that we got all the cheeses. Yep, that's all the cheeses. Perfect. I'm gonna go ahead and put all this into a model. Actually, I'll put... Actually, no, yeah, I do. I was thinking about unioning... Oh my gosh. Unioning them together, but the only thing is that I'd have to ununion them in order to move any of the specific parts, and I don't like that. So I guess I'm gonna put a model inside a model today. So what the heck is this? I have an extra model with nothing in it. You know what? I'll use that. Pretty sure that was a mistake, but it's a happy accident. Yeah, somehow I had two models in here. That's hilarious. Okay, well, I need to put this inside. Okay, cool. And now this is going to be called level 6. Oh, I don't like that it's out of order like that, though. No, I didn't mean to do that. Okay, well, we're gonna have to deal with that, I guess. Oh, I really don't like that at all. Bummer. I think it's just ordering it by type rather than by alphabetical order, I think. Yeah. Wait, let's see. If I add another model and name it, I don't know, zebra. I think it first categorizes it by type and then alphabetical, but we're gonna find out. Yeah, so I guess models come first. That's unfortunate. Okay. I mean, I guess it makes sense, but I wish I can customize that. Okay, cool. So let's go ahead and do the podium. We'll add this here. Okay, we need to make this podium is so tiny. This poor podium needs more love. Okay, I can't select it though. Let me take it out of workspace just so that I can work with it better. Also, it's not anchored at all, which is a huge problem. Let me make sure that my cheeses were all anchored. They were not. None of them were anchored. Also, what is this union? I have no idea what this union is. So I'm just gonna delete that, I guess. That was weird. Yeah, that was really weird. I don't know what that was. Okay. Yeah, I need to anchor all of these. So I'm just gonna select all of them. I held down the shift key on my keyboard to select all of them. And I'm gonna go ahead and click anchor. Let me make sure level 5 was anchored, level 4, level 3, level 2, level 1. Yay! Okay, cool. Awesome. And now okay. We're gonna make this podium a lot bigger because, I mean, I'm not expecting like a ton of players. I would say maybe like 10, but you never know. I mean, I should probably plan this for scale, but definitely not hundreds, which is a good thing because I don't think this game would scale very well with 100 players at this point in time, since it's just the beginning. Okay, but this podium is kind of nice. I might need to add something extra so that they actually make it to the top, but that's kind of cool because then maybe I can add like a ladder or something at the bottom with different like barriers. Oh my gosh, yeah, I could totally add like a lava floor at the bottom, but we're getting ahead of ourselves, but that is something I can add. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and add another model and call it level 7. Okay, this is called level 7. Oh my goodness. We're just calling it Love, apparently. Love's actually a good name. I am a fan of that name, so I'm not complaining. Okay, we're gonna call this, I'm gonna call this obstacle floor so that I remember that I want to add obstacles there when I look at this again. But I might end up renaming this to Obstafloor for short. Okay, and then this is gonna, I'll call this the podium part because this is actually the part where you get to the end of the game. All right, we'll put this in my level 7 model. Okay. And now, when I click on Cat World, it selects all of these levels. Okay, so we've got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, perfect. Let me go ahead and mark where I am in the tutorial so that I can continue. Oh, it looks like the tutorial's gone. Okay, well, that's okay. Rip. I actually still have it in front of me though, so I just can't show it on the screen yet. That's fine. Okay, so it looks like I left off at the align parts section. But if you all are following along and you want to, you know, of course, move on, feel free. I'll go ahead and next Monday, though, I'll go ahead and continue where I left off here. So this was actually pretty successful. We got a cat island and 7 objects to represent 7 levels for the parkour challenge. So they still need to be aligned, though, of course. Their distances probably need to be edited and stuff, and little details need to be added. But for the first hour, this actually isn't too bad. We also have all of our objects anchored and organized in Explorer as well. So this is pretty good progress. All right. I'm going to go ahead and wrap up the stream there, but I hope you all had fun. Again, I will be releasing Discord text channels by the end of the day today. So yeah, if you check my Twitter, that was not an April Fool's joke as much as I might want it to be. It is coming. So if you work on the tutorial too and you feel stuck, or if you want to ask questions from other Roblox developers as well, feel free to join our Discord. All right, have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you next time. Also, our next stream is going to be this Thursday, but it's more of a gameplay stream with special guests. So hope to see you either on Thursday or Monday. All right, have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye-bye.